Mythic Showdown in the last, the number one and number two position will be, playing international matches. Done by, organized by Vista, and they will be those two teams will be playing with those international teams. But right now, heading into the draft section, Daaku Sena special grade all set, and the first ban. It will be a joy from Daaku Sena. What do you think, Pichi? What will be coming from the special grade right now?
Special grade, since you already know Daaku Sena really loves to play around the counter, so they will be just trying to get away with the kind of a bands that you would be looking around for, such as the Fanny or even something like a Valentina, because Valentina, again, it kind of feels like a forced pick, but Lucas being open is also another problem for the side of team special grade. So maybe that around, I guess.
Yep, and there are a lot of bands open right now. Kalea being there, Badang being there right now, being open, and as you said, the Lucas. But nowadays, Pichi, yesterday and day before yesterday, we were casting together, and we didn't see an inch of Lucas ban. And people are trading that Lucas to other teams, and whenever they're losing, they may be thinking about that excuse that okay, we left the Lucas, therefore we lost. But if they are winning, they will be thinking like, okay, we can counter the Lucas easily. We have Franco, we have Valentina. They're not gonna be in the banning section. So we know that, but right now we're gonna see a Hayabusa ban coming from the Daaku Sena. That's a good one. They don't want to leave those mobility junglers for special grade. They don't want to give that trade to them. I think Kalea will be there from special grade. But now, what do you think, Suya?
Well, Caliban could be highly plausible because, of course, she is a great pick right now, has a lot of control onto the hands, and that flicker combo just abducting someone away, the pick off comp coming from a Kalia is insane. The heals are insane, the front lining is insane, the zoning is insane. So, banning her up can be a viable option, but then again, a lot of other options are there, just like the Baksha, which has been banned right now, and another pick which I have not seen people picking up right now, but I do see Alice coming back into the meta slowly.
Yeah, she's also coming, as well as Esmeralda. People don't know about this thing. Esmeralda also coming back. And yesterday I was watching a stream of a big player of India, Apex, obviously. He was saying that Alucard is also in the meta. MPL players doesn't know that thing, but Alucard is also in the meta. And you have been seeing those Alucard players right now coming up in the ranks as well. But people are not opting him. We all know because he doesn't have that much, mobility that Suyu, Hayabusa, this type of assassin heroes have, and not that much sustainability, just like a fighter Lucas or Xbog have. So let you see, oh my goodness, it will be a Lucas ban. I just took the name of the beast, and the beast will be taken out from the side of Daaku Sena. Special grade, last ban, maybe a Kalea or maybe a Kimi. What do you think, Pichi?
Kimmy should be there. Mid lane, maybe it is a very good pick because you know that Funny Valentine can go around that, but at the same time, special grade, the Kimmy pick is there as well. Sanson, very good on that. Let's not forget, mid Kimmy does provide a lot of utility, a lot of, team fight potential with the damage rather than onto the gold. So, Kimmy open. There's Matilda being already blown off. You're talking about the assassins also banned. Daaku Sena, they can pull up anything. So I am curious to know what they will be picking up as of the first pick. Maybe the Zushin is still open.
Yep, Jushin's still open, but there is no chance of some utility junglers coming from Spatial Grade at this point because of that Florine ban. Must be thinking about something assassin. And maybe Ling is open. Maybe Ling can be picked up by Spatial Grade, or they can go with some Xbog as well. But we're going to see a Badang. I was talking about the Badang ban, Kalea ban. Right now, all these heroes were open, as Pichi said, that they can go for those heroes or they can go for a Jukshin as well. They will be going with this Badang for EXP or for Rome. That will be a big question because it's a flex pick. Let's see how it goes. But right now, Phobius, Harith, the combo is there. They can go for the combo or they can go for a Kalea and a Phobius as well. Asuya, what do you think? A Kalea Phobius or a Harith Phobius?
Well, I think Kalia might be there on the pick list right there, but there is one thing that Badang is someone who can actually drive the Kalia away because she literally has to be in the front lines and like he can lock her down for some time. So
Yeah.
that's that amount of window which it gives to the team. Meanwhile, the rest of the teams can just dive behind. They can take down the priority targets. So this, Padang versus Kalia will be the crucial, like something which will be really exciting for me at least to watch how who is picking up who is trying to zone away who. So yes, this is gonna be interesting. But right now, Kimi being picked up for obvious reasons as mobility, late game damage is insane. But then again, if you're picking up a Kimi, you really need to make your entire draft around this Kimi. You need to make sure that she's unapproachable or at least protected in a safe space so that she can farm and that she can dish out that damage she really needs to do. Meanwhile, just look at the Angela as well as the Fredrin coming right there. Well, Baksha has been banned, but Fredrin is open.
Ooh, that's something interesting coming from Special Grade right now. Fedrin was locked down, Angela being locked down, a Fedrin counter being locked down from the side of Special Grade. It's Xbox coming up from them. That's a big answer to this Fedrin, as well as banning that Fursa right now. They doesn't want any burst coming out from the side of Daaku Sena because the Ranger is also open. And look at that, having this tanky lineup, they need to ban this carry out so that they do it. I mean, they don't want that carry to hinder any. I mean, to cause any type of problem for them, as well as right now a junction pick we were talking about, Pichi was talking about, is right now needed for spatial grade. What do you think, Pichi?
So great. Look at them. Understandable. I told you for special grade as well, the Kimi would be there. But as you already know, Daaku Sena loves to surprise us. So, yep, this is a Angela pick. I think I am not sure, but if I am correct about it, this is the first Angela pick we are looking at here. Daaku Sena pulling it up. Interestingly enough, special grade really trying to match the tempo with them. Picks up the Xbox, but okay, talking about the banning phase though, I really like the marksmen and the mages getting banned because for Dakusena, Funny Valentine really keeps it together. He is like a bridge that just holds him down, so his heroes are definitely out of the way.
Yep, and that's the big reason that they just banned those two mages. And right now, if a mage will come here, then it will be devastated for Dakusera because they went for two bans. They're thinking that the Kimi is in the mid lane. They're sure about it, but Kimi can go for the goal as well. But I don't think Special Grade will do that thing right now because they need a Juxian for their side. And sorry, not a Juxian, but I mean, for their side who can just go for a early game damage. But no, they're going for some EXP pick. It will be a high loss right now onto their side and CC being open. Do you think, Asuya, that the Badang will be, in the EXP, Angela mid? It can be happen. Badang to Rome, Angela mid, and a CC coming up. We have seen this from
Uh,
LCF.
Well, yes, definitely. I was just thinking that Angela might even go for the mage position right there. And since they've banned out Carrie, Drakusena is probably planning on picking up a lot of tankiness right there. But it will be Selena, a good, she never goes wrong. She is so good, can have the anti-dive comp. She has that potential. Even the damage from the early is pretty good. And she can lock down the Kimi from far behind and she is someone who will be looking out for these obvious reasons. And finally, the habit being picked up, just like Ash said. But then, okay, to counter it out, it will be a 1-1. And I'm not really sure that how this will work out because there is a Badang, there is a Selena, there's even a Fredrin, and when he tanks it all up, will 1-1 be able to, take that damage or dish that damage out? Because right now, they are highly dependent on the Kimi, on the 1-1, and of course, Xborg. In the early game, he's quite vulnerable because the shield can be broken down, can be melted down pretty easily. So
Yeah.
he really needs some protection, especially with those early game turtle fights.
We'll know it soon. Will it be working for them or not? Because we'll be heading into the match soon, and it's Special Grade versus Daaku Sena BO3 series at the Swiss stage. Second match of tonight, and the last one for tonight is the fourth day of the Swiss stage, and one team will be winning this match 2-0, 2-1. Whatever it will be, one team gonna shine today. Will it be Daaku Sena? Will it be Special Grade? But looking after the draft, the lineup, Pichi, my last question to you. before going. What
Yes.
do you think? Who gonna take on the match? Who have a better draft?
Match number one, the drafts both the sides is really looking good, but Daaku Sena might have that little bit of an upper hand with the Fredrin. But here we go into the land of Dawn. Thank you, Ash, for being here. We'll see you after the game.
Well, I'm sure he's pretty excited. He wants to be back as soon as possible. But right now, we are seeing just some small skirmishes happening, and Madang on the EXP against the Hylos. Well, works it out. Does have the range advantage right there. Meanwhile, Selena just grabbing on to that lethal for themselves. Both teams might look for some exchanges right there because the early game pretty, good from both the sides. Selena dropping in, and this is what I said. This is what I was talking about. The shield is down for the X-Bar. Meanwhile, Kimmy doing a lot of damage right from the early, has a lot of potential when it comes to that. So the teams look to be pretty balanced right now. Madang rotating all the way from the bot lane.
Understandable. I really like how the Xbox did win over the creep so that he would be in the front, but okay. I lost though, not in a good position. Pops the revitalize, just waiting for his teammates. Igor just jumps in with his damage, but you're talking about the early game. Kimmy. Little bit of damage is there. Top lane Kalia jumps in. Oh, we got the first blood. Haitatsu will be taken down. Interestingly enough, the match is a special grade, taking over the first kill. Now, okay, well, we are looking at a quite a difference in EXP between both the junglers, especially Daaku Sena, who did not get their Fredwin level 4. Kayashi still, scouting around, but onto the bot lane. Jazz, though, still dealing so much damage. He is all ready for the save. And on the top of that, they are already close, and Bengali Bai would be taken down. What a unique name do have. They do have, special grade, especially.
One for one trade. That's a good start for both these sides. And before the turtles could spawn, and look at that. I mean, advantage being on right now from the side of Team Spatial Grade. They are covering up the river side, but Fredrin charging on, and a fight is coming up.
Let's go. Let's see. You do see a lasting insanity coming in, but Bengali Bai does picks up the turret. Special rate do getting it on. Kashi will be taken down. You're talking about the early game. Fredrin unable to do so. Haitatsu not being level 4 is definitely a problem. They should have gotten their Angela taken the mid lane and at least one or two minions before they charged in towards the turtle, but that was not there.
Yep, and that's a good start. I mean, you got the turtle, you got the kill at that point, but the turtle was on Kalea because I think Xbox missed the retreat at the moment he needed the most. Right now, taking up those aggro and taking up those little bit goal lead, special graders are kind of having the upper hand in the starting phase because we all know that they got the counter into their hand. Even though the Badang was in the side of team, Daaku Sena, but it will be in the EXP section, fighting up with Hylos from the beginning. And Xbox will be fighting in the jungle against Fedrin. So we know the counters are happening very nicely. Again, a fight is coming up. Tsunami Slam.
Islam definitely there, but the Zaman force dropped into the land of dawn. Kashi looking quite low, will be taking a little bit of a refuge. But Funny Valentine, look at him, he's dealing damage. Kashi looking quite low, Bengali Bai will be taking it away. Funny Valentine in a trouble. There, Sanson does takes up a lead right there, but no, that is not the case. It's just Yamraj trying to get it on. Sanson though does get the healing from the Scalia and will be surviving. Killing spree for the Scalia. They are absolutely dominating special grades. They know they have to get it on, and they do get it on.
I mean, Sansi in that moment, he was in a sliver of HP. He was about to get down. Then that healing coming from Kalea was insane. And Bengali Bhai, I mean, superb gameplay from Bengali Bhai. Fish track coming on. Ooh, that flicker was on to the point. He managed to escape it at a sliver of HP. Doesn't manage to get that kill. Badang was about to get down that Kimmy, but then the flicker was the saver for that Kimmy. That was literally a mind play, you can say, out from the spatial grade side. But right now, second neutral objective popping over the screen and fist crack coming on. Before that,
Wait a minute, is Selena with the Abyssal Arrow thus gets it on, but you're talking about Selena being not a team fight hero. On to the other hand, the walls are there, limiting the movements for the side of Team Daaku Sena, but now Angela providing the perfect shield for them, But still, Kashi will be taken down. Also, Monami Islam looking quite good. Two members on there, but now Funny Valentine does get a kill right there. Samsung Galaxy going down. That's a bad trade of stocks right there. But Igor, though, looking quite low, might get a taste for that. Abyssal trap, and then he did survive Kalia with the heals, though. I'm really liking that. But wait a minute, total in the contest as of now, there is a sand going around, but no, it will be Team Daaku Sena picking it up while Funny Valentine falling down as well.
1-for-1 trade right now. Abyssal Trap getting contested over there. Selena going in front, but Last Insanity coming up right now. And blast, boom, bam, Dick check. It will be Selena being down right now. It was not needed. I mean, you won the trade at that point, getting that turtle and then 2 kills as well. That Abyssal Trap do connected on the high loss, but that initiation from Selena at that moment was not needed. And look at that, the turret in a very less HP. I don't think Selena should go. I mean, Angela should go and defend it up. But at this point, what a gameplay coming out from the side of Daaku Sena as well. I mean, they know they are having some backlashes in the gold lead as well as in the kills, but still, they are not going back. They're taking up those fights. They're initiating the fights, and that added. You have to, I mean, Funny Valentine, and look at that. Tsunami Slam coming up.
Let's see. The Glorious Path is still trolling them down. Kashi is not interested to take a fight, but Haitatsu will be the first one to fall down. Onto the other hand, you're talking about the appraisal rats coming in. Not enough damage. Sanson interested to take it out the turtle, and that Kashi into the front lane will be falling down. That is such a lot of damage coming in for special grade. Look at that. Sanson especially, he just rotated quite quickly, and you are looking at a level difference. The EXP difference is just too much.
Not only EXP, you can say about the jungle as well. I mean, Fedrin, the way it should have worked is not working in that way just because of the Xbox being in the jungle. I mean, it's countering him again and again. Maybe a Basha could have been great, but they just banned that Basha at that point. That was a good one. Right now, maybe we're going to see a crossbow onto that. But Dango, look at that. I mean, Asuya was doubting on 1-1 going against those tanky laners. But right now, she's melting down. Tsunami Slam coming on. Kimi in the fight.
Wait a minute, look at them trying to go in. Zaman was dropped. Kashi will be the first one to fall down. Lasting insanity there. Haitatsu cannot go into refuge. Double kill picked up by Igor into the front lines. That is just so much damage. Now, special grade, I'm not backing down.
Yup. And they managed to get the turrets as well as the kills at that point. I thought that Harith will be entering in the team fight, getting some chunk kills. I mean, getting some kills by chunking them down, but he didn't manage to do that. Asuya, are you here?
I believe she will be back very soon. But with that, look at that. Igor being taken down right before the turtle. He is also one of the core members who were dealing damage left and right. But as of now, Daaku Sena are on the lower level of the gold. You're talking about 5,000 gold difference, but Jazz trying to make sure the high loss will be at the low level. But Sanson does gets a taste of the abyssal trap right there. Very low. Yamrak jumps in, picks up the kills, and goes away. Lasting insanity is there, but Kashi will be able to let the knock up is just going to be problem for that. And the Kalia coming in for the heals, making sure this Xbox will be saving it up in the sliver of HP. But and to the front line, the Lord is still under contest. Yamraj looking quite low, will be taken down. Double kill picked up by Fanny Valentine, looking for the fourth because it's Igor. It's the Kimmy still dealing damage with Fanny Valentine. Eyes on the prize. He takes it away, but double kill right there. Did special grade lose this trade by losing the Lord?
They lost the Lord, but right now, killing spree for Xbox, getting down that Badang. 4-man down in this Lord fight, and surprisingly, it was just like the recap of the turtle fight. I mean, the no junglers were there, but Xbox this time was there, but he doesn't have a retreat. He doesn't have armor at that moment. So he didn't contest for it, and had it again, took the chance to take out the neutral objective for himself. But those kills being taken out by the side of special grade was helping them a lot to farm up the gold at this point. And even the Lord Slain will also giving them a lot of gold to their side. This is a bad thing from the Daaku Sena. They should have waited for it. I mean, trading your heroes for a Lord, it's a bit hefty. But right now, Abyssal Arrow
does hit Sanson though, right on point, right on the head. But talking about the goal difference though, look at that. the team Daaku Sena little bit, in there, but oh, Jazz does get a taste of that. There is a tsunami slammed
Mm.
onto him and killing speed. That Sky Piercer really piercing through air. That will be Iga who picks up the kill. There's a lot of CC coming in from the kill. Yeah, Kashi would be the next one to fall down. Third might be Haitatsu looking quite low. Yeah, triple kill pick. The Igor will be shut down. Funny Valentine still holding it out. They are looking quite low though, but no, the Bizzle missed out.
I mean, Pitchy, those AoE going on there. I can't see anything. I can just see some yellow flashes coming on in my eyes. All those AoE coming together. It's like if we have a phone of that old Samsung, our phone be like grew. It's like you can't even. Function that phone at this point because all those AoE attacks coming together, and it's too much for Daaku Sena as well. I mean, the last insanity with the Kimi's blast from the his rocket blast, everything into the side, and Fedrin could have been not doing anything at this point. Even having that hard guard onto himself, he's being kind of useless at this point. He should have went for something else. He was not aware of the Xbox pick coming out from the side of Special Gate. That's the biggest thing happened with him right now. Again, Abhishek Arrow connecting. Selena do playing great. Yamraj.
Wait a minute, is this a little bit of a poke going down? They do have the vision coming in from this Selena, which is a good thing, but Kashi, though, 7 deaths already onto him. He's not able to frontline. Fredrin is some kind of a hero. He is also soaks up damage, but in here, the damage is just too much, especially Samsung Galaxy is there. Talking about the itemizations, which are shown in the feed right now, or everyone are right on path. I really like how Harriet is farming up, thus picked up the holy crystal, which is going to be a good item for him. But Igor with the sets though, just blasting it off. Lord is here. You're talking about the second Lord, and this would be the level 2 Lord. I am curious to know how they will be fighting it out, given the fact that it is a 5v5 going on. Haitatsu with the ultimate coming in, but wait a minute, just limits the arrow. Sanson with the darts, just the shutdown is there. Funny Valentine out. That means this is not possible for the side of Daaku Sena, still dealing so much damage. Igor does picks up another on man, and with the flicker, Yamraj on a problem though. Wait a minute, Yamraj does catch the abyssal arrow onto that, but triple kill picked up by him. That is just it for the side of Team Daaku Sena.
And they're not having the best time of their lives right now and don't even know, just need that lot. It's a complete 5-man wipeout and they're just heading for the base right now. It was an amazing game. 13 minutes into the game, an easy 5-man wipeout as well as the first game in the hands of Team Nakusena right now. So, Ash, I'll ask you once again, what do you think lagged here? It was the draft, was it the execution, or was it that I felt that Daaku Sena wasn't able to go towards the back line like the Kimi as well as our 1-1. They were pretty free.
1-1. Look at the KD of 1-1. 1-1-16. That is insane for a for a goal laner. And if you're gonna see the KD of the Kimi as well, 11-3-11. Everything. I mean, look at the data right now. If you're gonna see the data, you'll be seeing the team fight participation from each and every one of them. It's 70% plus. Only one being at 65, but it will be replenished by those push of 62% they have already done. So this is what a real 100% gameplay looks like. And from the side of Daaku Sena, the initiation was great, but there was a bot always. And this time the bot was Fredrin and Xbox against him because we all know that Badang, you said it will be great against a Kalea. It can manage to counter the Kalea, but the only thing, Kalea is a roamer in this match. Badang was in the EXP lane. Couldn't give that rotation because of the high loss, poking his lane again and again. You can see the push rate of the high loss as well. The 5% is showing that he has done the push in the EXP section as well. That's the main thing. Let that Badang 2 be in the lane, couldn't give him the chance to get that rotation onto the time. And that's the only reason Kalea and Xbox managed to take down Fedrin again and again, again and again, again and again. And in the end, we saw they just dominated their side onto them. And when the fights were on, they were losing the fights because of the goal deficit. What do you think, Pichi?
Yeah, the team composition is very good from both the sides, as I mentioned during the match as well. But the problem was Xbox Kalia was also a problem. Kalia with that damage as well as the heals. The heals
Yeah.
was something. And talking about the same though, I felt like somewhere along the lines they should have taken the Kalia out of the team fights first and then proceeded ahead with that. But that was not the case. It was just Kalia surviving every single time.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, so much tanky heroes were there, but can we see the items? I mean, you will not see any penetration from the side of team Daaku Sena at this point. Look at that. What is the penetration here? Holy Crystal? It's on the fourth. I mean, Harris just built it so late that the time was up, and Harris is the only one who was taking the kills. He got the MVP lose just because he's the only one who was just giving that penetration. We were not even seeing that from the Selena growing one and